Hello, and welcome to episode 16 of the Start and Succeed Show. For those of you that haven't listened to me before, my name is Kelly Brammer. I'm the founder of the Start and Succeed business consultancy, and I'm here talking to you about leadership, business, and all things mindset. Now, today I want to talk to you about stepping into your own power. Now, this is such a bold thing to do, and a lot of people go throughout their life not actually doing it, not realizing their full potential. Now, you might be wondering, what does stepping into your own power actually mean? So, I kind of want to share a few things with you, and then I'm going to share with you some tips on how you can do just that. So, stepping into your power, it means that you essentially have the courage to make hard decisions, even when they might not be the decisions that people necessarily agree with. So you might not always be popular. And being in your own power, stepping into it, is all about being honest. It's communicating effectively. It's really leading from the heart with integrity and authenticity in everything that you do. So you want to let people know that you care, that you pay attention to them, and that you want to lead by example. But as well as that, you want to show some vulnerability. You want people to see the real you and what goes off behind the scenes, because it's not just about being this powerful icon. It's about being authentic. It's about standing in your own power, being confident, having that self belief in your own ability to make change and make impacts, but doing that in a way that enables people to see you for the real you. Now, I'm going to share some tips with you on how you can step into your own power, because, as I say, a lot of people go throughout life and they don't do it. They're afraid of, I guess, being judged and afraid of people thinking that, they're Mr. Know It All, Mrs. Know It All, rather than just being themselves, showing up authentically, sharing experience, sharing advice, sharing insights so that you can help other people. So, if you haven't yet figured out how to step into your own power, and it does take a lot of effort, you have to be consistent, and you are going to have days when you just don't feel like you're that confident that you're in your power circle. So, I'm going to share some tips with you so that you can step into that power and ways to try and maintain that to help you and to help those that you are serving. So, one of the ways is really to acknowledge where you're going. So, think about that bigger picture. Where are you aiming for? What do you intend to do? What impact do you want to make? And it's not about you just knowing that, it's about you communicating that with other people. So, you want to share that ambition with people to let them know this is where I'm going, this is what I'm doing, this is how I can help you. And once you understand that ambition and that vision of where you're going, that is going to help you to determine how you develop products, how you develop services, how you live a life that works towards that ambition. Now, the other is to really step away from the negative self talk. Like we all do it in many, many areas of our lives, and it really does paralyze you from taking any action whatsoever. It holds you back and it prevents you from exploring new opportunities and from taking risks that are actually going to help you up level. So, like I say, you've got to cut out that negative self-talk, but that's hard because we've become accustomed to doing it. We've become accustomed to always talking ourselves down and having these limiting beliefs. So it's pushing past that. And it's a great way to do it is to have some positive affirmations. So things that you repeatedly say to yourself, things that you might put around your home, around your office, that are these positive words, these positive phrases that you are seeing, you are repeating, you are hearing. Now, sometimes you can hear it from other people and it sinks in. Other people, You hear it from somebody else, it's never going to sink in. So what might help for you is recording your own affirmations so that you can listen to yourself saying these positive words and these positive phrases that makes you feel good. It makes you realize the potential that you have. It makes you realize that you are capable of doing what you want to do. You've just got to have that self-belief and confidence. And doing this, like keeping that negative self-talk away, is going to help you continue to take action, continue to move forward. Now, another way is really to not just think about yourself, but it's to think about other people as well. So advocate for other people. This isn't about being competitive. This isn't about shooting somebody else down. This is about being collaborative. It's about community, helping other people. Like, help other people step up, because that helps you up level as well. Now, there is plenty of people out there that could be your customer. There are plenty of people out there that want to be your friend. Not everybody is your person. So help other people to reach their people. Help other people to up level, help them to share their skills and their experience with others, because that helps you as well as them. They will look at you and they will turn to you and thank you for all of the support that you gave them. Another one is to really think about asking for help. And again, it's something that we do struggle with. Like, especially if you aren't in the greatest of places with your mindset, it can be quite a scary thing asking for help. And trust me, I've been there plenty of times. But if you don't ask for help when you need it, you will never push past the things that are holding you back, because you're only seeing it from your perspective. Now, you might have days where your mindset is in a better place, and therefore you might be able to push past some things. But really, you need other people's opinions. You need to understand what other people think on a situation, not because you've got to listen to and do exactly what they say, but it gives you a different perspective. And powerful people know when to seek assistance and to get constructive feedback from people so that you can learn and you can develop. Another one is to acknowledge your fears. Again, it's such a big thing. And I think I did a podcast, it would have been last year, on this. So I personally have a fear of heights. Literally, even talking about it makes me nervous. So your fears are such a big thing, even if they're small fears. So heights for me is something that, even as a child, I think I always struggled with. But as an adult, I've tried to push past that. So any opportunity that I get to do something that includes going up high, I'll do it. Apart from jumping out of a plane, that's never going to happen. But for an example, and as I say, I think I did a podcast on this last year, so you might be able to have a look through previous episodes and listen to that if you want to. But I would have been 2020, I went over to New Zealand on my own for a bit of a break away from work and just needed some space. And I saw the Sky Tower, and I'd never heard about it before. And I kept walking past it, I kept looking at it, and I was thinking, oh, wow, that's really high. I could never do that. I could never do that. And that was the internal conversation I was having with myself. I could never do that. I could never do that. And then I was sat there one day and I was like, why could I never do that? And I don't know where it came from, but I just thought, I'm here. The Sky Tower is there. I don't know when I'm going to be coming back. It's an opportunity. Let's do it. So it took everything, literally everything in me to do this. And I got in the elevator, and as we're going up to the level where you get to the viewing platform, it turns out that the lift was see-through. And again, you can probably tell from my voice, it was scary. It's still scary today to think that I've even done it. So the lift became see-through, and I could just see the floor getting further and further away, people getting smaller, buildings getting smaller. By the time I got to the top, I was pretty much having a panic attack. And the lady, as I got out of the lift, asked me if I was okay, asked me if I wanted to go back down. And I had to push past that fear. And at that point, I just said I needed a minute before I turned around and actually faced that viewing platform. And that's what I did. I thought to myself, right, this is an irrational fear. Really, what is going to happen? Now, there are always freak accidents and freak incidents, but realistically, what was going to happen? This is a tourist destination. I'm in a tower. There's no broken windows. I can't fall anywhere. I can literally just go straight back down the lift if I want to. So I took the step and I walked around that viewing platform. I actually recorded a video. It's on YouTube of me going around that platform. You can tell from the video I'm shaking, I'm sweating. It literally nearly paralyzed me to some point. But I acknowledged the fear and I faced that fear and I pushed past it at that point. Now, as I say, it still scares me. Still scares me today of going up high. But if I keep pushing past it, if I keep acknowledging it, keep pushing past it, I will soon start to get better with actually doing those things. And that's the same for you. You've got to own your power. You've got to face your fears because they're holding you back. They're letting you basically be held back from what you're capable of. They're dominating your life. So you have to take baby steps to start moving forward, to move out of that comfort zone, to take these new risks and build your confidence with it. Another point here is really it's that downtime. Now, you can be as powerful as ever. You can be connecting with people. You can be delivering great offers to people. You can be serving people at your highest level. But you need some time out for you. And if you don't do that, it ends in burnout. It ends in lack of creativity. And at some point, you will look back and probably go, where am I? I've lost myself in all of this. So make sure that you schedule time throughout the day, if not daily, then at least a few times a week to just have some you time. Doesn't matter what that is. It's whatever works for you. It could be reading a book, listening to a podcast. It could be going for a walk in nature. It could be whatever you deem to be your time, but you need that time for you. And the benefits of doing that, not only is it going to help your mindset, but it's going to help you become more creative, which means you get new ideas, you think about things differently, and then that's going to help you to become even more powerful. Another thing to think about is your network. So having a supportive network is so important. Now, I'll use me as an example. I moved out from the UK to Australia back in 2019. Now in the UK, I have such a supportive network. I've built these relationships over years and years. And whatever I do, I know I've got mentors, I've got my peers, I've got people that look out for me and that support me no matter what I decide to do. But then coming over to Australia, things changed because I didn't have that support network. I had no friends over here. I didn't have any family over here. And I felt a bit lost. And that kind of dimmed my light, so to speak. I felt less powerful because I didn't have that support from people around me in the local space and the physical space that enabled me to be that confident person and to step into my power. And for a time, I let that impact me. And it's really important that you don't do that if you can. If you can make sure that you've got people around you, it doesn't matter, especially in today's world, it doesn't matter if they're here or where you are, if they are in a different country, it doesn't matter anymore because there is so much technology that enables you to be around people and to speak to people and to connect with people. So just make sure that you're building your network, that you're out there making new connections, nurturing the connections that you already have, and just having people that you can turn to and get advice from should you need it. But also when things don't go so well, which will happen, it's inevitable. Not everything can go right for us all of the time. People that you can turn to and get support from should you need it. And then one last thing, and it's all about you, your opinions, and your ideas. Now, you have so many ideas inside of you, and sometimes you're talking to somebody, you come up with this great idea, but you daren't speak up. Because again, it's that fear. It's that wondering if you'll be judged for saying it. But if you don't share these opinions, if you don't share your ideas, you're essentially quietening, I can't even say that. You're essentially dimming your power because you're not sharing those ideas with people. You're not letting them know that you have an opinion. And this isn't about just your opinion and that's the only opinion. This is about sharing that opinion, listening to other people's opinions, understanding where they're coming from, and just making yourself being known, to be out there, to be talking to people. And what will happen on the back of that is people will come to you. They will seek you out for options and ideas. They'll run ideas past you to see what you think. Now, they're my tips for today, just all about stepping into your personal power. And I did this podcast just kind of off the cuff because I've been thinking about it and I've just been designing a new course, which is all about stepping into your power. But like I say, stepping into that power, it can either be that you do it and you do it with confidence and you actually achieve the things that you set out to, and you actually deliver the impact that you are here and destined to actually deliver. Or you can do nothing and never step into that power and always be wondering, what if? So if I was you, if there's one thing I could recommend is go back through the tips that I've just shared, start to do that, start to make sure that you're prioritizing you, because you are powerful. You can have such an impact, and you may have made a huge impact already, but you can continue to impact more and more people and create a better life for you. So thank you for listening today. I'll be back again next week with a more structured podcast. As I say, this was very much off the cuff, but I wanted to share this with you because I thought it would be really insightful and useful for you. So I wish you all the best for the rest of the week, whatever you are doing, and I'll see you again soon.